Video sponsored by Lunsford's Daily Sunday School. Video program created and produced by W. Matthew Harris Productions. Thank you kindly for joining our Bible study reading. Feel free to leave comments below. Your input is vital. We would love to hear from our viewers and subscribers, which makes video and channel possible. Your support is appreciated. About the book of Genesis. We do not know when or who wrote the book of Genesis. There is an ancient tradition that Moses was the author.
Modern Bible students have many other ideas. But we can see that Genesis is a very old book. Even the oldest books in the Bible refer to it. The author was not merely collecting ancient stories.
Daily Sunday School. Created and produced by W. Matthew Harris Productions. About the book of Genesis. We do not know when or who wrote the book of Genesis. There is an ancient tradition that Moses was the author. Modern Bible students have many other ideas. But we can see that Genesis is a very old book. Even the oldest books in the Bible refer to it. For example, Exodus 3:15, Job 28:25-29. The author was not merely collecting ancient stories. And he was not merely recording ancient history. In fact, Genesis is a very careful account, which teaches the main principles in the Bible. The author describes the nature of God. The author explains God's plan for a perfect world. The author describes sin and sacrifice. He speaks about God's promise to forgive. And he speaks about God's promise to send Jesus. The Bible teaches that the author was not merely setting out his own ideas. Instead, the author wrote by the Holy Spirit of God. Chapter 1. In the beginning, God created the skies and the earth. The earth had no shape and it was empty. Everything was dark, and God's Spirit moved gently over the waters. And God said, "Let there be light." And then there was light. And God saw that the light was good. God separated light from darkness. He named the light day and he named the darkness night. There was evening and there was morning. That was the first day. And God said, "Let there be a dome to divide the waters into two parts." So then there was water above the dome and there was water underneath it. It was exactly as God said. God called the dome the sky. And there was evening and there was morning. That was the second day. And God said, "Let the waters underneath the sky come together into one place. Let dry land appear." And it was so. God called the dry land earth. And he called the waters that came together seas. And God saw that all those things were good. And God said, "Let grass grow on the earth. Let plants grow there that have grain and seeds. And let trees grow there. They will be trees with fruits that have seeds." So then more grass and plants and trees will grow. Each one will be the same kind as the first one that it came from. And it was so. Grass grew on the earth. Plants grew there that had grain and seeds. And trees grew there. They had fruits with seeds in them. Then more grass, plants, and trees would grow like the first ones. And God saw that all those things were good. And there was evening and there was morning. That was the third day. And God said, "Let there be lights in the sky in order to separate day from night. They will show clearly the seasons in the year. And they will show clearly when there must be special meetings. And let them be lights in the dome that is called the sky. They will be there to give light to earth." And it was so. And God made two great lights. The larger light ruled the day, and the smaller light ruled the night. God made the stars too. God put them in the sky in order to give light to the earth. He put them there to rule over the day and night. He put them there to separate light from darkness. God saw that all those things were good. And there was evening and there was morning. That was the fourth day. And God said, "Let very big groups of creatures live everywhere in the waters. And let birds fly in the sky above the earth." So God created large creatures that live in the sea. And He created all the different creatures that move everywhere in the seas. He also created all the birds that fly in the sky. God saw that all those things were good. God blessed them. And He said, "Have big families and grow in number. So then you will live everywhere in the seas. And you will fly everywhere in the skies." There was evening and there was morning. That was the fifth day. And God said, "Let every kind of creature grow upon the earth. That is, every kind that lives. That includes cattle. It includes creatures that crawl. And it includes all kinds of wild animals." And it was so. God made all kinds of wild animals on the earth. He made all kinds of cattle. And He made all kinds of creatures that crawl. And God saw that all those things were good. Then God said, "Let us make people as an image that is like ourselves. Let people rule over the fish that are in the sea. Let them rule over the birds that fly in the air. Let them rule over the cattle and wild animals on the earth. And let them rule over the creatures that crawl." So God created people so that they were like Himself. He created people as His image. He created them as man and woman. God blessed the people. And He said, "Have a large family and produce many descendants. Live everywhere on the earth and rule over it. Rule over the fish that are in the sea. Rule over the birds that fly in the air. And rule over all creatures that live on the earth." God said, "Look, I have given to you every plant that has seeds. And I have given to you every tree that has seeds in its fruit. They are your food. I have given all the green plants as food for the earth's animals. They are also for the birds that fly in the air. And they are for every creature that lives on the earth." And it was so. God saw everything that He had made. And it was really very good. There was evening and there was morning. That was the sixth day. Chapter 1 describes how God created a perfect world. Everything that God made was perfect. God examined His own work. And He saw that it was good. God made things that are both beautiful and complex. The body of an animal or man has a very complex structure. Even today, people cannot make machines that are so complex as an animal's body. But God did not merely make these things from nothing. He caused them to live. This is very wonderful. God did not work by accident or chance. He had complete control over everything. We can see this because of His control over time. God created the sun so that it would appear at the right time each day. He created the seasons of the year. He arranged the movements of the moon and stars in the sky at night. These things do not happen by chance. They all happen at the right time because this is God's plan. God still has a perfect time for things to happen. Jesus was born at the right time. Matthew 1:17, Galatians 4:4. And Jesus will return at the right time. Matthew 24:36. God, our Father, has decided these things. And He still has a perfect plan. Ephesians 1:9-12. God is perfect. God did not create the world so that there would be wars, cruelty, or evil behavior. He wanted men and women to be His friends. So, He gave them a perfect world. And He provided plants as their food. God was generous and kind. And God's attitudes have never changed. Hebrews 13:8. But, as we shall see in chapter 3, men and women were not loyal to God. This is the reason for the troubles in this world. God never wanted people to suffer.